one last thing I want to look at before I get off. I don't remember where in the news I heard about this. Hopefully AI can help me. I heard in the news that there's a happiness index, and when it looks at Canadian youth, the number was quite bad. Could you tell me where this index is? It was a K. So old Canadians feel that the country was like amazing, and they rated their happiness in top five. Then young Canadians, it was dismal, like 75th or something. But I mean, I don't know if that's real. We're gonna see. Ooh, one query left right before I end. Perfect. Yes, the index you're referring to is the World Happiness Report. This is the. Can I click on this and go to the World Happiness Report? I can look at that. Young, all ages, the rest among the worst places. Canada is among the worst places for young adults. Countries ranked by happiness and age cohort. Okay, countries, the young. So this is the ranking for the young. What age is the young? Best. So Serbia, the young are the happiest. If we go all ages, I think Canada was pretty high up. Maybe not. Mexico. You mean people are happy in Mexico? People are more happy in Mexico than Canada. 25th. 71st. Oh, oh, that is bad. That is bad. Like, what? China? People are not happy in China at all. Really? Ouch. Philippines, Singapore. I thought Singapore was a happier place. I guess 30, 36 on all. Singaporean youth also very, very negative. United Kingdom and United States 60. Ooh, where are children happy? Costa Rica, Israel, Serbia, Iceland, Denmark, Kosovo, Finland, pretty high up there in both of them. I think, what was it? I wanted to look at the Finland housing market at some point because they do some kind of social housing really well. Or not social housing, just decommodified housing. Let's read what the chat GPT is saying about this. This is the world's leading annual publication on global well-being, produced by the Wellbeing Research Center at the University of Oxford, in collaboration with Gallup and the UN Sustainable Development Solutions Network. It ranks countries based on average life satisfaction, 0 to 10. Cantred ladder score from the Gallup World Poll asking people to rate their overall life. Canada ranking 26 report. Overall, all ages, Canada ranked 25th out of about 175 countries. Satisfaction score equals about 6.74. This is Canada's lowest ever position, down from 18th in 2025 and top 5/6 a decade ago. That's Trudeau right there. The happiness of our country from 5 or 6, 18th. Still continuing to drop. 25th. Youth under 25 is Canada ranked 71st. Like, in my opinion, don't construct your country, children to live good lives. Won't have a country for very long. The youth are going to grow up, and if you haven't made it so that they can live a good life, that's what the end of your country. Gotta design your country in such a way for the to be able to prosper. And when you're ranked 71st on the global happiness index, you have not done that. That is a failure. Well, I'll have to. One of the plans I have here is that I'm gonna try and go through and like design society how we should run it, just based off my knowledge, and we'll see how that goes. How we can change our democratic system, democracy to better help Canada. Like we were up at 5 or 6. Now the youth is down to 71. That is a tremendous fall. But hey, I mean, if you can fall, you can climb, right? This is a dramatic drop and one of the sharpest declines worldwide for young people. Only a handful of countries like Malawi, Lebanon, and Afghanistan. I don't know about Malawi, but Lebanon and Afghanistan, didn't they like, wasn't that a war that caused that drop? Young Canadians under 25 or under 30 in some breakdowns have gone from being the happiest age group in Canada around 2011 to the least happy now. Life satisfaction for this group has fallen by roughly 0.86, 1.14 points on the 10-point scale over the past decade, far worse than in most other countries. Ouch. Today's coverage you heard was reacting of these exact youth figures March 2026 release. This ties into some of the economic pressures we've discussed: housing affordability, per capita GDP weakness, job market softness, and mortgage stress, which the report and analysts often link to dissatisfaction. Though the 2026 edition emphasizes social media as a major driver alongside economic factors. Like the past decade, like most of that was Trudeau, right? And liberals are still in. I like Mark Carney like significantly more than Trudeau. I don't know if he could turn that around. Is Canada doing anything about these dismal numbers for the youth? One more question, then we're done. It's going to cut me off after this. I got the thinking mode on. What else do I got open? This is the Canada's way down here. 24 for the rest, the middle age group. GDP growth, that's something I need. That didn't help. Country list government debt to GDP ratio. Canada? Weren't we like 110? 111. That it continues to go up. I like that image. Save that one. Okay, let's just have a quick read. Yes, Canada is taking some targeted steps on youth well-being and mental health. Though there hasn't, like, in my opinion, the largest part of this is financial strain. Well-being and mental health. I don't know. Maybe I'm weird, but I've never really had issues with mental health. I've always been one of those people that's like you just keep going, right? Well-being and mental health. Though there hasn't been a new federal announcement directly in response to the okay. The Carney government and provinces are building on programs while ramping up debate on social media restrictions, which is the key driver of. I don't know, social media restrictions. Like that's not going to solve the problem. A UBI or basic income solve the problem. Social media restrictions are not going to solve the problem. Youth Employment and Skills Program, 5 billion specifically. And summer jobs, youth skill strategy. I mean, like, the best thing you could do for youth employment is stop bringing in so many people to work their jobs. Like, that's the best thing you do for them. Have a visa or temporary worker permit. Bring over, there's like 3 million temporary workers here. They weren't here, they have more jobs. Youth employment skill strategies, social media regulations. Maybe I just didn't grow up in the social. Just like I've always kept an arm's distance from it. I use it occasionally. I wouldn't say it's had a negative impact on my personal health, mental health, and it's the most active area right now. Maybe for the younger kids, it is like what do you do? Take social media away, Didn't they do that in Australia and they just all found a way around it? I think watching Australia closely on this one. I'm gonna write that down. We're gonna look at Australia. Yeah, social media. We'll look how that's going to see if it's a reasonable model. Like I know they banned a lot of things, and I was looking through it, but one of the things they didn't ban was um, Roblox, and I'm like, it's basically a social media app with game, like Facebook with social media, and then they added games, Roblox games that kind of added the social media element to it. If you leave that, then you're not going to see results. I mean, we'll check. I'll look into that. Not today, but another day. Broader mental health efforts. Again, I think it's primarily economic issues. Like you can be you could have horrible mental health, but if you're financially well off still, kind of doesn't matter. Get help. You can not get help. If you're doing economically fine, I think mental health is less impactful. It's economic factors that make mental health really show up as a problem. Bigger picture and limitation. These moves address root causes or highlighted economic insecurity, housing, jobs, per capita GDP weakness, and digital media. Likes putting in we've discussed. However, critics note some budget cuts to indigenous and urban youth support, no comprehensive national youth happiness strategy. Experts. So it hasn't gotten bad enough for people to take action yet. I mean, how far down the chart do the youth have to fall before we start taking some extreme measures? In Alberta, provincial programs exist but aren't prominently tied to the report. And yeah, the report is on. Well, this is something we'll have to keep looking at.